Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Marcus Conte reporting. What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. Give yourselves a hand. You made it all the way to Friday. Holy smokes, we're here and we're live. We're waiting for the stream to kick in. Come on, man. Kick in. Kick it. So, welcome, everybody. Today's program, I found a fascinating little story about the quietest place on Earth. What is the quietest place on Earth? You say, well, isn't it quiet when you're sitting alone and there's nobody talking and there's no beeping horns and you're in your room all by yourself, right? And you're quiet, or even go further and sit in an empty room and then you're quiet. But at some point there is sound. There's sound happening all the time. There's vibrations. There's wind and the room that you're in is vibrating and sound comes in. So the quietest place on Earth appears to be man-made. Microsoft made the quietest room on Earth. We're going to take a look at that because I think it's fascinating and interesting in that you think of to block out external sound. You could do something like this, like cover your ears, You cover your ears and then you're in the quiet place, right? Or you clog up your ears with something. But what you're doing is, in effect, it would be more quiet to the ear, but what you're missing is all of the noise inside of your body. That's the thing that's the difference, right? What if you studied the sounds of your body? What if you actually considered what your breath sounds like when you're breathing? What does your blood sound like when it's flowing through your ears? What exactly is ringing ear? When you turn your neck in a silent place, you could hear the bones crack. You could hear your body, right? And some people, they claim, at least the people that created this box, claim that humans can only last an hour. Nobody has ever maintained more than an hour in this quiet space because it's too much. They lose their balance. They can't deal with hearing themselves and nothing else. Fascinating, right? Really fascinating. I would beg to differ. I think that there are plenty of humans walking around that could clearly sustain many hours of dead silence and benefit from it if you know what you're looking for. If you could hear yourself breathing, you could fix anything that's holding you back. You could the possibilities of learning from those sounds is extraordinary. And so we'll look at that fascinating story. Also, Andrew Tate back in the news. Andrew Tate, the super alpha male hiding out in Romania who got locked up for allegedly raping a bunch of women who claimed that they weren't raped at all. Seems like a political hit. got reprimanded back to the university, aka jail, for another 30 days because he's dangerous. He's dangerous to those women. So that it is, to me, that's an amazing story in how male could you be? How much of a man are you allowed to be? How much of a woman are you allowed to be? Is a woman allowed to say, I'm not going to talk to you unless you buy me 5 drinks, a diamond ring, a fur coat, a Ferrari, and a mansion to live in? Don't even look at me if you can't afford and provide for me those things. Is that legitimate? Is that okay for women to do? And is it okay equally for a man to say, well, you can't, I'm not going to lavish you with any attention until you lay down with me and my buddies, right? Or something stupid like that, right? Where is free will? Is free will? Are we still allowed, in relationship situations as humans, where humans must come together to reproduce? But what are the rules of that coming together? Right? Men are now not allowed to lure in women because that's dangerous to the woman. That's manipulating. You're manipulating the woman. How dare you manipulate the woman and bring her into your circle when she thought she was getting something else, but all she got was a stiffy, or you know what I'm trying to say. I think, look, did Andrew Tate forcibly rape anybody? Ridiculous. In my view, it's ridiculous. Did he use his influence to bring women into his circle, using what might be considered nefarious activities like offering them a lot of money? Probably. Yeah, probably. Is he guilty of these heinous crimes of trafficking? Absolutely fucking not. So look at that, too. Hunter Biden, interestingly, if you haven't heard, Hunter Biden is now saying, after denying that the laptop found in the repair shop wasn't his, or declined to say if it was or it was not, is now saying, yes, it is mine. And now he's suing Rudy Giuliani and Steve Bannon for weaponizing his personal information. This guy, because he's the son of the president, if you find dirt on me, if you find some kind of scandal or some kind of nefarious activities that I'm involved in, and you expose it, I'm going to come in, I'm going to sue you for talking about my dirty laundry, even though I am a public figure, and that is fair game in the United States of America under the First Amendment. Right? The freedom of speech, the freedom of press. Right? The press revealed that. And Hunter Biden is insanely turning around and now accusing the people who exposed him for his vile corruption, vile abuse of women, vile abuse of crack and other stuff. Right? And his quid pro quo with the now sitting president of the United States with Russia and Ukraine. So there you go. What else we got? He has a 6-year-old boy. You heard this kid, young 6-year-old boy, ordered up like $1,000 of Grubhub on his father's phone. 6-year-old. It makes you wonder about how smart kids are today. We think of kids as, oh, they're fucking stupid. You can't, to hide the porn, honey. Hide the violence. Hide the porn. Oh, don't say the 7 deadly sins in front of the boy because the boy is stupid and he's going to absorb all that. Meanwhile, the kid's got your phone and he's sitting there fucking ordering $1,000 worth of Grubhub, jumbo shrimp and pizza, and very, very funny story that we'll look at too. So thank you everybody for joining me. I'm going to postpone the spaceship chat until Tuesday night. I want to do more of the online video chatting, but I want to do it on Tuesday night in what I'm going to loosely call a Dharma gathering, a gathering of people that come together. And I'm also going to try a meditation challenge. But so we'll open up the chat right now. I'm just going to continue to speed read the news in the morning, and then we'll open up that live chat on Tuesday night, starting this Tuesday night at 7 p.m. every Tuesday. I don't know where it's going to lead or what it's about, but I again, as this reporter, I see an enormous opportunity for people to help themselves without a reliance on doctors and lawyers and mucho dinero, money and research. That you do have the power to help yourself through proper diet, exercise, meditation, drinking water, learning how to breathe, taking the sun. Even though it's 15 degrees out right now, the sun is out, The sun is out. Right now, some clouds blocking it. But when the sun is out and the wind is not blowing, even if it's 15 degrees, go to the mountaintop and find a non-windy place with no wind, zero wind whatsoever, and lay down, and you'll find what? You'll find out why the grass is green in the winter, because there's heat. The sun is providing all the time. So things like that, so those are some of the subjects I want to talk about on Tuesday night. In my view, it stems from and was documented well in the Four Noble Truths of the Buddhist teaching. The Buddha said this notion of suffering and the end of suffering, and the way out. How do you get out of it? So, Weevil Girl, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, not Central Time. Eastern Time. It's my time. You're on my time. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. So I guess Central, that is, I don't know, like 6 or 5. 6 o'clock. So anyway, so thank you for joining me. Everybody's in the house. Weevil Girl in the house. Zootsu Cooter, my brother. Weesty is here. How are you, Weesty? Cassafilly Camden reporting. David Brown is here. Thomas Robinson. Quinn Smith, everybody is in the house. Jim Gerard, what's up, guys? What's up? So let's start here. What do we got? That's my thumbnail. Where is the quietest place on earth? It's somewhere in a Microsoft laboratory. It's somewhere in the United States. So I kind of gave it away, but anyway, this is my website. My name is Marcus Conte. I do have a website every morning at 9 a.m. and now every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. We are live on YouTube. Everything we do is live. It's always live. And we are, if you're watching the recording of this, you're watching on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, or wherever else social media is allowed to be seen. Thank you for joining me. Start here. So what if you're Madonna's daughter? And you believe, because you're Madonna's daughter and your name happens to be Lourdes Leon. Now, Madonna has a lot of kids. Madonna adopted a bunch of black kids, like 12 blacks from Africa, because she felt sorry for blacks, whatever fucking reason. So Madonna has a whole lot of kids, but Lorde appears to be definitely something that may have come from inside of her, maybe like a real daughter, because it looks like her a little bit. She was trying to get into a fashion show over on Fifth Avenue at the Armory. Marc Jacobs, somebody that I actually know personally. I've met Marc Jacobs. He's a nice guy. He's just a regular guy, and he made his money as the main designer for Louis Vuitton. He's a famous guy, famous designer, Marc Jacobs. And so he was having a runway thing, and the doors were, the show started at 7 p.m. And Miss Lords showed up at exactly 7 p.m. and got denied, got sent away. Lourdes Leone, the daughter of pop icon Madonna, was denied entry to Tuesday's Marc Jacobs fashion show in Manhattan. Oh my God, 26 years old. You can't turn me away. I was at the Park Avenue Armory. I've been in there 25 times, that armory, for various art exhibits and foofy gatherings. And it's a beautiful, well, it's not actually beautiful. It's made beautiful. I saw George Bush give the Veterans Day speech there the month before he bombed Iraq. But anyway, there she is, denied. Well, that's because you showed up with no clothes on. Why don't you put some clothes on and Marc Jacobs will let you in? Who the fuck is Marc Jacobs? That's Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs, the very, very, very eccentric male, very short too. Marc is only like 5'2" or 5'3". He wears platforms to make himself seem bigger. He's a nice guy. Like I said, I met him a few times. And this trash, Madonna trash, shows up at the door and she can't get in, man. So this shit is crazy. Who am I? I'm fucking Madonna, man. So he made headlines, right? The New York Post is talking about Marc Jacobs' show, not because of the show itself, but because he didn't let Madonna's daughter in the fucking door. So anyways, silly story. So more interesting story. Michigan boy, 6 years old, orders nearly $1,500 in food from Grubhub on dad's phone. So again, to this reporter, this story adds weight to the fact that kids are not effing stupid. Kids are not stupid. Kids can see humans having sex. They could see humans killing each other. They could see love. They could see confusion and hate and misinformation better than you. Huh? So not only that, but they've got your technology all wrapped up. Right? This is a 6-year-old kid, 6 years old. That's first grade. A first grader got his paws on his dad's phone. Well, the father gave him the phone to play around with. He was supposed to be playing games, but the father was off watching his own game, and the kid ordered up some grub. So let's watch Fox report. Great story.
Appetite, big appetite. A young boy got a hold of his dad's phone, and what happened next had both he and his parents learning a pricey lesson.
Yeah, he went to the Grubhub app, racked up a huge bill for food.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, right, exactly. Fox's Dave Spencer has the story.
The diligence to which this kid did it is really, really breathtaking, right? So let's meet the boy.
Mason Stonehouse.
Hey, Mason.
Kids, do whatever you want.
The 6-year-old with a big appetite.
How many did you order? How many chili cheese fries? Do you remember?
Like more than 12.
This past Saturday before his bedtime.
I gave him the phone to play, and I wasn't paying attention. I was watching my show.
But Mason wasn't playing a game. He was scrolling through the Grubhub app. With Dad's phone in hand, Mason planned out his menu.
Starting with a hearty order of shrimp from here at Happy's Pizza, but that was just the appetizer. For the main course, Mason thought, why not some chicken sandwiches from Shawarma Yes? And for dessert, ice cream here at Leo's Coney Island. That just happens to be Dad's favorite.
Wow.
What Dad didn't know is that Mason was actually placing order after order.
Pizzas and rice and chili cheese fries.
And all those orders were being filled. A parade of food delivery.
Now I'm picking
Amazing.
up more food, and then it happened again and again and again. And cars are coming in the driveway while cars are leaving the driveway.
Eventually, Dad put it together.
Looked down at my phone, and it said, Chase, fraud alert, $439 for pizzas.
The total damage, nearly $1,000. In the morning, when the shawarma tsunami stopped, there was the matter of picking up the tab.
How much money did you have in your piggy bank?
115.
And how much do you have now?
$1, 1 cent.
So he had over $100 in his piggy bank, and the father took it, left him with a penny. You're paying for this shit, kid.
A lesson that can be hard for everyone to digest.
This is my lesson, first and foremost, and hopefully parents out there see and learn from this.
Did you learn a valuable lesson through all this?
Only one.
What's that? What's the lesson?
They took my money.
Grubhub did get wind of
The lesson he learned is you took my money, right? I was supposed to spend Dad's money. Right?
what happened and offered a $1,000 gift card.
Yeah, Grubhub. So Grubhub to the rescue. Grubhub to the rescue. Grubhub heard the story and donated $1,000 to correct the mistake. And the food was allegedly eaten by neighbors. They gave away the food. Keep going. Hey, man. Hey, man.
Now that was nice. That was
Right. So, yeah, they said, the food was given to neighbors as to not be wasted. Right? What a story. What a fucking story. There they are. There's the happy family. Mason's parents said it will take some time before he gets his phone privileges back, and that they were just glad he ordered grub, not a car. Yeah. So anyway, fascinating story. I think the moral of the story is kids are not stupid, man. Kids know what's going on. They watch your every move. There's people, adults, right? And many elderly adults that couldn't order anything on Grubhub. I don't use Grubhub, but I mean, I'm not technically illiterate. Certainly not a 6-year-old. But there are a lot of people like that, and it just bears testimony to children are watching your every move, man, even at 6. So we have a very smart 6-year-old, but a very, very dumb 58-year-old son of the president who couldn't fix his own laptop, leaves it at the repair shop with all kinds of incriminating, crack-smoking pornography and quid pro quo with his father, the big guy taking money from Ukraine and Russia, making $600,000 a year for doing absolutely effing nothing, right? Dumbass, stupid, irresponsible, crackhead son of the president. He now wants to claim that it's not my fault. I'm being wrongfully prosecuted. Wrongfully prosecuted, he says. Look at this. Hunter Biden admits infamous laptop belongs to him. Calls for criminal probe into attempts to weaponize contents. You jackass. You peasant. Oh, my God. You got what criminal law? What law was broken, Hunter? What law got broken for your shenanigans with the Ukraine? What law did anybody break exposing your corruption and your pathetic lifestyle? What? Where? Point to a law weaponized? Let's read. A lawyer for President Joe Biden's son. He's got the president's lawyer. He's got the president of the United States' lawyer defending him. He argued state and federal agencies in a letter on February 1st to probe what he says were attempts to close allies of former President Trump and others to weaponize the content of a laptop. What? Weaponize? See, you see how the liberal, oh, no. If I punch you and you punch back, it's your fault because you punched me back. If I make a mistake and you talk about my mistake, you're offending me. Oh my God, you can't do that. You can't. You're the president of the United States' fucking son. Right? You are a public figure. If you don't like it, go fucking hide or tell your father not to run for president. Yeah. The letters from Hunter Biden's attorney mark the first time he and his legal team have publicly acknowledged that his personal data found on the laptop, that it was his laptop. All right. At least there's something good coming out of it. At least Hunter Biden has now said, yeah. Stop lying. He stopped lying and said, yeah, it is my laptop. The contents of my laptop is my laptop. But because it's bad, it's your fault that I'm suffering. And I want a criminal probe into you because you talked about my fucking dirt. I mean, it doesn't get more ridiculous, right? So the letters were sent by Hunter Biden's lawyer, Abby Lowell, to the Delaware Attorney General, the Department of Justice National Security Division, and the Internal Revenue Service. We're going after you. We're going after you. Who's he going after? He's calling for the investigation into Steve Bannon and Rudy Giuliani and Robert Costello and others, even Paul Mack, Isaac, the repairman. The repairman, they're all trying to weaponize my shit and tell you that I'm exactly who the laptop tells you I am. A crackhead and a savagely a rogue, right? A fucking rogue guy, right? So no truth to this at all, right? I mean, well, there's truth to it, but the idea of Hunter Biden trying to sue and accuse the exposers of his dirt, which is media, New York Post did it, is ridiculous. Is the opposite of the Constitution of the United States of America. It's the exact opposite of the First Amendment. We have the First Amendment, Mr. Hunter Biden, to expose creeps and criminals like you. That's the point of it. The point is to expose you and watch you. I bet the 6-year-old knows that too, and he doesn't. So, Hunter Biden, I would speculate this type of lawsuit is 100% frivolous. There's no legal stands to support it unless you start changing the law. Now, remember who his father is, right? If 20 corrupt businessmen and politicians decide to change the law, which they'd like to protect their own ass, this could turn, but I doubt it, right? So it's a really, it's what it does. I think it baits liberals to say, see, they're weaponizing Hunter Biden. Don't pay attention to that story. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing to see. There's nothing there. Right? Why are you looking at Hunter Biden's laptop? There's nothing there. See, they're weaponizing Hunter Biden's laptop. They're weaponizing it. And the liberal left will run with that idea. That's really, there's no legal basis to do it. It's just, another frivolous lawsuit coming down the pipe. And there you go. So Andrew Tate taking some shit. I want to get to the other story. I'm taking a while. I'm stumbling to get there. Andrew Tate loses latest bid for freedom as new details emerge about rape claims. I read through the story. I don't see any new claims of rape at all. Of the 6, 2 of them have already said we're not victims. Let's watch him come out of court. Here's Andrew. What's up, Andrew? And his brother, my nigga. What's up, Andrew? Tell them, put them bitches in their place. So there's Andrew Tate saying I'm innocent. Coming out of a Romanian jail, back to jail for another 30 days. Sucks. He doesn't look like he's struggling too hard. He's handcuffed to his brother. At least they handcuffed him. At least he's with his brother. He looks like he's in a good state of mind. He doesn't look like he's being tortured or anything like that. So Andrew Tate will remain behind bars after losing his appeal against the second 30-day detention this week as new details emerge about the sex trafficking claims against him. The incendiary influencer and co-accuser, his brother, rumored girlfriend, and an ex-cop lost their bid to get bailed out on Wednesday, with a judge ordering him to remain behind bars until February 27. The judge said he's particularly dangerous. Oh, man. So there are really there are not any new details that I can see. New details, according to court documents, Thursday, from court documents in the case detailing how the Tates are accused of heading a brutal crime gang that tricked women into the sex trade, allowed them to earn the riches they bragged about in their widely banned social media posts. Brutal gang, crime gang, tricked women. How did they trick women? What did they? Oh, they tricked women. They wiggled a $100 bill in front of them. Oh, that works. It's like, you mean like they tricked hookers and gold diggers and women looking to climbers. Yeah, social climbers. That's who they tricked by putting the money in front of them and watching them run for it. They dangled the carrot in front of the rabbit's face, and the rabbit decided to eat. That's trickery? That's not trickery. That's exposure. That's what these women are. They're diggers. That's why they like Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate plays right into it. So 61 pages filed, including dozens of translated WhatsApp messages Tate allegedly exchanged with a Moldovan woman, accusing him of rape. We don't know who the woman is. We never got a police report. There is no criminal evidence. There's no crime. No charges have been filed against him. The Tates. No crimes have been filed. No criminal, crimes have been indictments. Right? No criminality has been filed against Tate. Right? And he's still sitting in jail. There's no name of the woman. There's no police report of what they did. There's just accusations and a lot of social media nonsense of them just being ultra men and making money on that sort of persona, which is completely legal in a capitalist society. You could be anybody you want to be. And if a bunch of gold digging women like groupies fall for it and enjoy it, well, that's their problem. It's not Andrew Tate's problem. Tate teased her by talking about the possibility of getting married. Oh my God, he misled me. He teased me. With the smitten Moldovan woman moving to be with him in his base in Romania. So Andrew Tate is, that's Andrew Tate. Come to me, honey. I love you. I want to marry you. I want to make babies with you. I'm Andrew Tate. I want you with me forever. Oh, I love you. Long time. Come to me. Andrew Tate was playing that shit, right? And I got $5 million. You live large. You drive my Ferrari. You eat caviar in the morning. Andrew Tate played that shit like a rock star. Right? I hate to be so crude and forward, but come on, women. The women that fell for this jerk off, right, in his line of crap, are not victims. This is what they want. Right? Stop wanting a creep like Andrew Tate in your life and his brother. Right? Stop wanting this material garbage. If you weren't attracted to it, you'd be like me. You wouldn't even know who Andrew Tate was until he was thrown in jail. I didn't know who fucking Andrew Tate was until the story broke. How do you know who he is? How, woman, do you know who Andrew Tate is? Why do you know Andrew Tate? Because you're attracted to him. You're attracted to him, his lifestyle, and his million-man march that want to exploit your pussy. Right? That was crude. So anyway, he's still in jail. Here he is, handcuffed to his brother. And that's all I want to say about that. I don't know what else to say. So let's talk about being quiet for a while, because I'm killing myself right here. My ears are fucking ringing from talking. So welcome everybody in the chat. I'm kind of just on a roll today. Weevil Girl's here. Mike Brown, what's up? Thomas Robinson still in the house. Adam, Andy Garcia, Castle Philly Camden. TJ, what's up, TJ? Thomas Slayer. What's up, man? What's up? So let's talk about this. Scientists created the quietest place on Earth. All right. Now this is where you get your Buddhist hat on, your meditation hat, right? The quietest place on Earth, is a concrete chamber where you can hear your own blood move. Ooh. Wow. Oh, I can't. What happens if I could hear my own blood move? What would I do then? What if I could hear myself breathing? Oh my God. How am I going to handle myself? How am I going to live if I can hear myself breathing and maybe even go one step further? I could hear my thoughts. I could hear my brain clicking into gear. If you listen more than an hour, you might hear that. So there's this room that Microsoft has. That's what it looks like. Hey, so it's a room. And it's a one of a kind, or very few of them exist. And it's a quiet room, right? Where if you're still, you can't hear a goddamn thing, right? All the sound is completely absorbed. Below 0 decibels. I think it's minus 20 decibels, whatever that means. But it's very, very low. I think even in a quiet place where there's no noise, not like this where it's soundproof. In a less quiet place, the noise comes in at about 10 decibels, which is very, very low. You could hear yourself breathing at 10 decibels. But at 0 or minus 0, you hear a little more. So, and why does this thing even exist? Why did they do it just for shits and giggles? No, they do it to test equipment, to see if, to listen to the sounds of the equipment that they're creating, to see if there's any noise, right, in recording gear. Right? Like there's a hiss. I have a hiss in my ear. This is not, I don't have $1 million equipment. I have a good microphone, but I have a good headset too. But I still hear a little bit of a little white noise in the background. In a place like this, you don't hear shit, nothing. All right, but let's look at the story. So nobody on record has managed to stay in the world's quietest room for a whole hour. I would speculate that is because no one of importance has ever been offered the opportunity to do that. If you offer me the opportunity to sit in there for 5 hours, this reporter will do it. I will get on a plane today and go to your office, wherever you are in the world, and sit in your box for 5 hours. And you could watch me climb the walls if you like, if that's what you think is going to happen. Or you could sit there and watch a very, very still, quiet individual learn about what he's hearing. Right? There's two ways to look at it. So this is what's in the box. In 2015, Microsoft built the quietest place on Earth. But while it may sound like a sanctuary of meditative bliss, few can stand being in the room for an elongated amount of time. I dispute that. I dispute that based on the fact that you've never given the proper people access to that room. Go to get a handful of Tibetan monks and put them in that room, and I bet they could stay in there overnight. I bet they could stay in there, just feed them, and they'll stay in there, drink water. They'll come out of there smiling and laughing, like, they'll appreciate it. After a number of minutes, you'll begin to, in the room, after a number of minutes, You'll begin to hear your own heartbeat. Stick it out a little longer and you'll hear your own blood flowing and bones grinding. Oh no. What will I do? How? I hear my blood? I'm not supposed to listen to my blood. I'm not supposed to hear my own breath and feel my own and hear my own bones. How dare me to hear my own bones and hear my own blood? No sound from the outside world is allowed in. The almost absolute silence will gradually manifest itself as an unbearable ring in your ears. Well, what about generating your own sound like your voice, you idiot? You could do that while you're in there. Has it ever occurred to you? You can play with it. You can play with the sounds in the room and survive. When all that fun is over, you'll likely lose your balance after the lack of vibration in the room sabotages your inbuilt awareness. Bullshit. The room itself is not bullshit. The way it's being reported is bullshit. It's never been tested more than an hour with real people that know what they're getting themselves into. It's a lot of value in this room is what I'm trying to get at. If you can get to if these quiet places exist, they can reveal a lot of very, very good information about the human psyche and the ability to sit quietly and what happens to the mind in that situation. The ability to hear one's own body is priceless, right? Sitting still and hearing your own breath without any outside sound, or if you move, you hear the cricketingness of your, or hear your own pulse, which you can do in sitting meditation in a relatively quiet room. You could hear your own pulse. You could take your own heart, your own resting pulse without having to touch anything. You could hear it. You could hear your own pulse. That's not uncommon. So the room situated at Microsoft's headquarters in Redmond, Washington. Hey, Microsoft. In Redmond, Washington. I'm on my way. Give me an invitation. I'm coming in. I'm coming in the door to sit for more than an hour. It's known as an anechoic without echo chamber. And it took 2 years to design. There it is. In the outside world, our ears are always exposed to some levels of noise. But in the chamber, there's no air pressure at all on the eardrum because there is no echo. Most people find the absence of sound deafening. Yeah, most people feel a sense of fullness in the ears or some ringing. Very faint sounds become clearly audible because the ambient noise is exceptionally low. See, none of those things are really distractions or that unusual to people that sit quietly for periods of time. It's not unusual at all and is really not distracting. In fact, it is highly fascinating to be able to hear such things. When you turn your head, you can hear that motion. You can hear yourself breathing, and it sounds somewhat loud. The background noise is the echoless chamber. In the echoless chamber is as close to absolute zero of sound as you can get without entering a vacuum. So the vacuum in space is more deafening, is more silent. We're sending astronauts to the fucking moon and Mars. And shouldn't they know how to handle silence, no vibration? Right? Yeah, of course they should. And they probably already have. So inside, the measured noise level is negative decibels. To be precise, negative 20, which is 20 decibels below the threshold of human hearing. All right, so the extent, the context, calm breathing can be heard. For context, okay, here it is. For context, calm breathing can be heard at 10 decibels in a normal room, and a soft whisper at 30 decibels. Okay, so you're sitting quietly, and you can hear your breathing. That means it registers about 10 decibels. Now, that's pretty good. If you listen a little closer, if you sit in the closet, for example, when nobody's home banging into stuff, right? If you live alone and you're in a closet, very, very little vibration is happening around the closet. Just sit there, especially in a very crowded closet with a lot of clothes. Sit on the floor, shut the door in the dark and listen, and you'll start to hear your body, you'll hear your body for what it is. Use a chair. You don't have to sit on the floor. So anyway, the concrete bunker, I've done that before, and I've been in meditation centers where there's rooms for that. They have rooms for that. You sit quietly, and it's a cell. It's like a cubicle with no sound and no light, and you sit there, right? And you do this meditation, right? So, and you say, well, what the fuck are you doing, man? What are you trying to find out in the dark, in the silence, man? You're crazy, man. You're gonna drive yourself crazy, man. No, you won't. It's the opposite. You free yourself. The concrete bunker currently holds the Guinness Book of World Records for records quietest place after swiping the title from another chamber. So what is the quietest room used for? I said it earlier, but I'll say it again. Microsoft's Quiet Room is used to test out sound equipment and electronic devices. The tech giant uses it to analyze the clicks and hums of new computer devices, microphones, headphones, and speakers. That makes perfect sense. Does this equipment generate noise? So a lot of equipment does. Probably the noise, the hum that I'm hearing in my ear is not coming through the microphone. It's probably being generated inside the computer. And that's just something you got to live with for having, equipment that isn't capable of operating at net zero. These rooms are more common than you think. In the photo below, senior research audiologist John McCrae is playing his recorder. All right, so how long did he last? He's making his own noise. He can't last an hour either. So research improved. They use it to improve earmuffs, plugs, lower noise. How long can you stay inside the world's quietest room? According to ClassicFM.com, the Earth's quietest place will drive you crazy in 45 minutes, a Smithsonian article claims. There are various rumors about the longest time anyone has spent in the world's quietest room. Now, if this is a Guinness Book of World Records record that no one can stay in the room more than an hour, bro, sign me up, man. I'll go there, break the record right now. I'll do it right now. I'll either break the record or I'll come out of there in a straitjacket, and you put me in a rubber room in isolation, or you'll send me over to fucking the jail, Florence Supermax, where everybody's in solitary confinement. And while there's no official competition running, Gospel at Microsoft tells CNN the longest continuous time anyone has spent inside the chamber is about 55 minutes. So whatever you think of that, man, that is just, pretty fascinating that this type of room exists. And the allegation, the assumption that no one can survive more than an hour inside of it. So anyway, ding, ding, the market is open and not having a good day. Markets are way down. It's coming back a little bit. Markets are down because Google, the mighty Google, owners of YouTube, missed earnings by about 25 cents. So there's a lot of technology companies reporting right now. Wall Street thought that they were going to knock the ball out of the park with earnings. And it turns out it wasn't as good as they thought. So you can see that the Nasdaq is down a percentage point right now, which is not bad, considering the gravity of what the earnings were. So that's optimistic on Wall Street. Wall Street is now becoming optimistic. Amazon was up like 10 yesterday, down 5 today. Volatility has returned. Google down $3. Meta, formerly Facebook, up another $6.60 in the face of the other technology companies getting crushed. What is Apple? Mighty Apple up $1.27. The mighty Amazon up $5 a share. War stocks. Lockheed Martin down $1.50, $1.90. Raytheon up a penny. Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, the people that bring you the holy vaccine stock, the stock that keeps you safe and sound. The more boosters, the better for you and yours, and more masks and further distance away and more vaccine is what we sell, that's our business. Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, all those stocks right now are mixed. Moderna up $1, Johnson & Johnson down $1. How's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is up. Oh, I haven't been following that. Bitcoin is up. Yeah. All right, so this is the ETF that follows Bitcoin. I just want to get on a little one day. Give me the daily, and I'll give you a report on this. So Bitcoin is... no, that's the Bitcoin short. Excuse me. I got the wrong one. That's the Bitcoin short. Where's Bitcoin ETF? This one right here. Bitto. Yeah. So this is the ETF that follows Bitcoin. And the low was $9. It's now $14. So it is going up. Bitcoin is up to $23,500 a share. It was as low as like $18,000. So now it's at $23,500. It's on its way up. The ETF is following it. Symbol BITO. If Bitcoin continues to run, I would say I mean, at this point, it is a buy. It's coming up, and it's holding in the 14s. So it looks like Bitcoin is gonna continue to bounce. So thank you all for joining me. Marcus Conte reporting. So Tuesday, thank you everybody for joining me. What a great have a great weekend. Have a great weekend, and you know, keep your phone away from your 6-year-old because they're a lot smarter than you think. And I'll see you on Monday, and then Tuesday night at 7 p.m. we're going to do something. I'm going to try something different, something new. A Tuesday ongoing weekly Dharma gathering, a gathering that comes together to help humanity, help man quiet down his own mind and stop being his own worst enemy, and stop listening to these Buddhist quacks that come on and tell you that you can't save yourself. You need us. Right, and all this fucking self-help garbage. And doctors and fucking all these psychiatrists and all these jack-offs that can't save themselves, telling you can't save you. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Come together and we'll talk about it. Be a guru video. I got a guru video lined up, a little 5-minute silent meditation between everybody. And then we'll open up the chat. The bulk of the time will be you. We'll open up the Microsoft, Google Chat, or maybe we'll do Zoom. I'll look at Zoom, and maybe we'll do Zoom instead of the chat. Either way, they both work. So So you guys have a great day, man. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. And, you know, don't sit around waiting for someone else to make you happy. And don't sit around waiting for something to happen to make you happy. You have everything you need to make you happy. Everything you need to make you happy. Marcus Conte reporting.